broke in a nursing home. You won't go broke in a nursing home if you take the advice and the expertise of Elder Advisors. The Tom Brady, the quarterback of the group, is Larry Weiss. He is the founder and CEO. We also have Steve Langdon with us and Autumn Schneider. This is a winning team. Okay, Larry, for those who are not familiar, an overview of what you do. I think your slogan says it all. Don't go broke in a nursing home.
Don't do it, Kentuckiana, because you don't have to. It's good news. According to the attorney, Steve Langdon, it is good news, because the reality is, for husband and wife, we have what the attorney calls special exceptions that we work within on the financial part of Elder Advisors, and of course the legal component, Steve Langdon, CLLB. And Steve, you are an elder law superstar attorney.
That's very sweet. You are not Tom Brady.
No, you're good. Oh, you know what? Hi, Lucy Weiss. We just had our 34th wedding anniversary Sunday, and one of the little gifts from my lovely wife was a T-shirt of Tom Brady of the Tampa Bay. Love Tom Brady. Thank you, Lucy. Love you. Isn't she a saint?
Wow.
Right?
But
it's good news. Don't go broke in a nursing home. If it's husband and wife, if one spouse is in care, we can protect all of the assets so you don't go broke in a nursing home. You need to have an open mind, because one of the biggest problems people navigate through is what we call barbershop law, beauty shop law, church coffee conversation law, and it's almost always wrong. And it just worries people to death, and they think they're going to lose everything, and they don't have to. For a single person, we can protect about half of the assets so you don't go broke in a nursing home. We're doing our workshops next week for the first time in 6 months. You can just go to freeworkshop.com and register, or you can call 855-LARRY-55. And our business tempo has really picked up, believe it or not, in the last several months. We were thrilled that Mr. Langdon will be able to attend as a guest speaker for this event. I don't know when we're going to have the next workshop. I kind of like not doing them, because we've really got acclimated to not doing them with our business model. But a lot of people have been asking for it. We've had a number of people register for the workshop, so you don't go broke in a nursing home. But it is good news, so you don't go broke in a nursing home. And I'm delighted to my right that Autumn Schneider's joined us today, because she is our rising superstar with placement, because one of the biggest stressors for families are certainly financial, they're certainly legal, but there's also placement. And for that, I think Autumn deserves a lot of praise and applause for what she's doing with families to help with placement.
Yeah, Autumn, let's talk about that, what you do exactly, and how you are key when it comes to the entire team of Elder Advisors.
Well, recently I've taken on the role of placement, so I work with the facilities, and I really have to, tighten it down and find good fits for every family. Every family is different. They all have special needs. I mean, it's really a hard time for families, too. It's not something that they're real comfortable with doing, and I've got to kind of hold their hand. And, I mean, I've become best friends with a lot of different facilities, the business office managers or billing department, all kinds of different things. And it's just, I mean, I'm still learning a lot, because, like I said, I am new to this whole opportunity that Larry's given me at Elder Advisors. So I did do some trust stuff with Steve, still do that, and we're looking to hopefully do some more of that in the future. But, I mean, really mostly it's just the placement of the families. I really enjoy it, and I really like the friendships that I'm building with the families and the facilities as well. And there's just so much into it. You just really need to come out, and if you need some help with placement, or if you're already placed, there's still so much that we can do for the families.
And John, I got to tell you, Mr. Weiss always calls placement that 4-letter word. And if there's anything that stresses out a family, it's when mom or dad or a sibling are in the hospital and they need to be placed and they don't have a clue where to start. And that's where, for me, Elder Advisors, and specifically Autumn Schneider, is so important, because I can always feel comfortable to turn my clients over to Autumn, knowing that she's going to find the perfect fit for my client. So it just takes that extra load of worry and anxiety off my client's shoulders.
Yeah, there are so many moving parts and so many questions. Now, obviously, you can have a one-on-one meeting with Larry Weiss and members of his team. But, Larry, if they attend these workshops, freeworkshop.com, if they attend, what kind of information can they learn? And it is, again, free, absolutely free.
It's a free workshop. We offer free consultations after the fact, because there's basically 3 levels of what I call estate planning, because that's what Autumn and I do, is kind of the financial part. What we've been talking about right now is crisis planning. The house is burning down. Families are going through $8,000 to $9,000 a month. Autumn and I were just texting Molly, if she's listening. Hi, Molly, out in Crestwood. Autumn has been doing a spectacular job getting Mom placed to find her a community to transition to. And Molly's worried about this, and it's really, we've got that. So a lot of times families will reach out to communities and say the wrong things and be denied, where we can get yeses, because Autumn knows how to work with the families, get that information to them that they need, and not worry about a lot of what was really minutia. But that's crisis planning. So if families are going through $7,000, $8,000 a month, we can stop that. As I said at the intro to today's segment, we can protect all the assets for husband and wife using what the attorney Steve Langdon calls special exceptions. If it's a single person, we can protect half. The second variable is pre-crisis planning. We have mom or dad at home. They're getting some rehab. We're not sure if the home health option is going to work. There's things that we can do in a financial and almost always legal components that Steve Langdon from CWLB Law will navigate and work with the families to create so they can protect assets in pre-crisis planning, or Autumn alluded a moment ago, which is pre-planning. A lot of families will come in and talk to Mr. Langdon about setting up different legal things, trust, things like that, so they can start protecting assets and even possibly from nursing home consideration down the road. Is that a fair description, Steve, attorney?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and again, when you show up for this workshop, at least my part of it, I mean, we try to keep it as entertaining as we possibly can. You're not going to come in and watch the paint dry.
Nope.
You're going to get a lot of good information. It's going to be free, and because everybody's story is going to be different, yep, we always set up a time afterwards. If you need to talk to me about legal or elder advisors about financial or placement issues, whatever it may be, we're going to set some time aside to sit with you personally to make sure that your specific issue is addressed.
Yeah, and don't procrastinate because you believe the news is bad, because the news is actually good. Something you said here, Larry, and I want to kind of tease it as we go into our next segment, is you talked about 8,000 or 9,000 going through that. That's real. That's not just to get folks' attention. That can happen.
That's real.
That's what you don't want happening.
No, my parents' first house in 1960 cost $6,000. Our first house was $6,000. You'll burn more than that 1 month in a nursing home in today's dollars. You don't have to do that. That's why you need to take advantage of freeworkshop.com. Register. There's all kinds of information there. If you can't wait until next week just to talk and learn, then you can call 855-LARRY-55. We'll have a free private consultation with you now. And if Mr. Langdon's available, we'll reach out to him and get him at that appointment as well. But it is never too late.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here, and then we'll be back more with Larry Weiss and his team, Autumn Schneider, of course, Steve Langdon. Talk about some of the topics that you may be interested in. If mom and dad are at that point where they need to talk to elder advisors, don't go broke in a nursing home. We shall return.